welcome to game number 1 of day number 4 of season 5 of Star Series for StarLadder. We're gonna have 4 games today. The first one is eL'Pride taking on Power Rangers. After this, we're gonna have the blockbuster of today. It's gonna be Navi taking on Empire. TCM versus 4FC will be after that, and another match coming after that, again with Power Rangers, that time taking on Absolute Legends. So 4 games, starting with Power Rangers, ending with Power Rangers, and we've already done the draft, as we see. That's in and all pick mode, so we will be switching to the game very shortly as soon as everybody picked up their heroes, and that's gonna be like right about now. So let's go over the draft real fast, because the people from the stream, they've already seen all of it. They've already heard me say everything about it, basically, because we had a bit of a long break. But since this is also redone for the people of the VOD, I will just tell you quickly what happened. So, we've got eL'Pride. They have a lot of teamfight disabled. They picked up a Nyx, a Magnus, and a Bane as their first 3 items, heroes, rather. So, we have a Fiend's Grip, an Impale, and a Reverse Polarity. Great heroes to have. Tons of disable, Rocket Barrage, and a Homing Missile there for Massacre on his Gyrocopter. Oh, let's introduce players also at the same time. Android playing the Bane, Hakon on the Nyx Assassin. And Magnus, there he is played by Lolik, who's standing in for Vigos that's no longer there. Wait a second, we might have a level 1 engagement right now. Moon is going to be seeing everybody, but can he get something done? Has got that open wounds, just needs a target, can't find it. Okay, so Stark will be playing the Luna. And there was a lot of discussion by myself, because obviously I'm only discussing with myself when I'm solo casting, about how the lanes are going to be run, because they have a lot of possibilities on eL'Pride. Looks like we're going to see Lolik going towards the bottom lane, as he normally goes on the Magnus. He actually hasn't picked up anything just yet, so interesting to see, as that's normally the thing that you do when you are the mid laner. But the mid laner is going to be Massacre on his Gyrocopter, and that will leave a tri-lane on the top lane for eL'Pride. That does mean that they're going to be up against the aggressive Trilon of the team that has no real solid stuns, apart from a couple that I don't really want to count as too much stuns. Like, we have got Keeper of the Light. He's going to be played by Nick, and he has the Mana Leak. That's going to be his stun. We have an Open Wounds, a slow from Moon on his Lifestealer. Kat is going to be the one that we're going to be paying a bit of extra attention to, as we have seen him doing some amazing struts with his Wisp before, and I'm kind of curious to see what he can do on his Visage for this game. And he has, of course, got the familiars with that stun, so that is one of the stuns that they actually have. And then we're gonna have ZXC, who's gonna be playing in the mid lane up on the Queen of Pain, who doesn't have a stun, just a slow. And we also have CHSHRCT, and he is going to be playing Lone Druid, and he has got an Entangle, and yes, it is a disable, but it's not really a stun. You can't really count on it because it's based on chance. So I was almost going to say a lock, but it's almost the same as chance, but it's going to be based on chance. So that's something that he's going to have to deal with, and that's something that Power Rangers has to deal with. That was my attempt to just, you know, put all the information that I just said in about 10 to 15 minutes time into 1 minute, and hope it kind of worked. Oh, one thing I didn't show yet. Damn, I wanted to be in the VOD too. Okay, well, you know, people from the VOD, I suggest you pause the stream after I show you the thing that I'm going to show you in a moment, so that you can look at it and then you can continue it afterwards. So, because I'm only going to be putting it up for a very short period of time after we see Lolik getting harassed away by the bear. But he is going to be fine. Let's see, he's going to be also fine. But we are going to wait for this, because it looks like Power Rangers just want to try to get something, and if eL'Pride was overextending here, they would have found themselves with Open Wounds and with Shallow Grey, or sorry, Grave Chills, etc. But they don't find those. So, but counterword upon counterword instantly, because there was already a sentry ward that was still standing there. Anyways, I was going to show you the thing. So, real quick, right? Real quick. There we go. It is the scores as we see. eL'Pride, they are very high up on top of that list. They need to have 1 win, and then they were on the top 3 for Power Rangers. If they win this match, they will be on par with the points of eL'Pride. So that was very short. Again, I just still want to show, wanted to show you that. And a shout out, of course, to Vice Versa for creating that overlay, standings overlay for me, because of course that looked a lot better than my own created one made from screenshot of stuff, etc. So I'm big white letters in it. So so good. Another sentry word and another sentry word countered. So they just used 2 sentry words to counter one, but still wanted to, of course, have this block. I mean, this is one thing that you want to have be doing on the aggressive tri lane. If you're on the aggressive tri lane, this is one of the camps that the supports of your opposing team can actually get experience with, and your supports can't get any extra experience bar from kills that they get or experience on the lane. So if you don't want to get behind, if you don't want to be behind, you want to be able to kill off the creep wave here, or at least make sure that your opponent team cannot kill it off. In the meantime, we have got a double damage rune activated by Massacre, but he is just going to harass with it. It was already ZXE. He was very low, but he was staying far enough back to not go down. And I actually noticed that he was far enough away again. So, no kill missed. Woohoo. So in the meantime, it is Massacre who's 19 for 5, and he already picked up his two levels of flat cannon. That's going to harass ZXE out of the lane. Look at that go. Look at that go. That is just so annoying. And there is a bottle up on the Queen of Pain, I believe, but it is in the base. And she has to pull it out again from the base. And she's also going to pick up herself for herself, because just a bottle is not going to be stopping the harassment that's constantly coming in for her. In the meantime, bottle also up on Lodic. We just bottle crows that thing for her. And that's actually something that we see eL'Pride do more often. They have got 2 couriers, so they are bottle crowing 2 lanes. And that's going to be very grieful. 2's the same ones? Oh, that's lame. Oh, is it the same one? Actually, we didn't see that. We didn't see eL'Pride do that earlier. It was actually 3D Clan that was doing that, and they had 2 different couriers. There we go. That's way better. 2 different couriers. So, aggressive trial and for Power Rangers without a stun. They do have the Grave Shield, they have the open wound, so they definitely have some kind of slow. But that means that they have to chase, and that means that Stark, who is kind of the fastest hero, actually Stark is first gonna be Stark. Lucent Beam hits on Cat. Doesn't matter though, there goes the burst damage, and that's a kill! Impale coming in from the side doesn't help anymore. Hakon might be able to pick up someone. Cat still taking a lot of damage from that tower, but he pops a cell. First blood, going the way of Power Rangers, even without stuns. The burst damage is enough, and I mean there is a lot of burst damage, I have to grant that. Even without the lifestealer there's gonna be the soul assumption, which is just massive. That's why Visage is so strong on tri-lanes, on aggressive tri-lanes. That is purely the soul assumption. And of course the Illuminate from the Coddle was actually level 2, I believe, already, so that's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of burst damage as well. In the meantime, there's a nice entangle up on Lolic. He doesn't have enough mana yet, now he does for a skewer, so he might actually have to use that, and he does use it to go to the lower ground, just to make sure that nobody can dive him for that kill. He does have to be careful though, and he is gonna be forced back to well, to heal up with his bottle, but I'm not sure if that's enough. Like 1 entangle and it could be all over for him, especially if he spams out his mana like that. But who knows, maybe he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be sending the courier back again, as we do have still Stark a bit in the jungle together with this team. His support's also trying to get something going there without really being on the lane. We have got a level difference that we should keep an eye on, of course. Tri-lane versus tri-lane, that's a pretty important stat to be looking at. We have level 3 up on the supports, with level 4 on the carry for Power Rangers, with level 3 up on the supports as well for eL'Pride, and Stark himself level 5. And that's the result of being up against 3 heroes on the same lane without dying more than once. Let's just put it like that. So it's eL'Pride that's getting ahead on the experience here, but with having Stark already dying once, that's at least something that they get. So that's not too bad. Though they're not shutting him down completely. He still has 18 last hits, 18 for 3 here he is actually. When we see Moon being 26 on 3, he is definitely ahead there. As we have got the supports from eL'Pride roaming around for a kill. Perhaps they're going to be able to find something on the bottom lane. Lone Druid is not the easiest hero to kill. It is a fairly tough hero actually to kill, pretty tanky, and if that bear gets some lucky entangles, that's of course also something that you have to take into account. In the meantime, Lolic is pretending he is doing nothing more weird than normal. Skewer though, that's gonna be doing something more weird. He clears out the bear. That's something. He can be resummoned though. That means that if this guy dies right now, and they're gonna be helped by Massacre as well, if he dies, there's not gonna be a bear when he respawns. And it is a Lone Druid. He knows something's going on. He saw the Massacre coming through because he wasn't smoked. Is there gonna be supporting coming? Yes, there is. Here comes Visage as well as the Queen of Pain, and they want to go on this cooldown. Gonna still come down to slow them down, make sure they're not gonna be able to do anything anymore. Unless they get an entangle, which they don't. 2 hits for the bear, no entangle for him. So Power Rangers having to use their TPs to keep the Lone Druid alive, but not getting anything on the back of that, unfortunately for them. And eL'Pride already back to farming before Power Rangers is, so they do get a slight edge over that not really encounter thingy what was going on. But it's still, I mean, it's still better if they would have killed it, of course, if they would have killed Lone Druid. Lone Druid is doing fine on farm, by the way. He's not doing the best of the game, because that would be Massacre, who is actually on 42 rather for 5. Picked himself up a regen rune as well. But he is, Lone Druid is definitely not doing bad. In the meantime, ZXC is on 36 for 5, so also not doing that bad, just slightly behind up on Massacre. And the hero that's gonna get the first kill in this mid lane is gonna be the one that spikes ahead, because for now it is still very even. Same thing goes for the experience, is almost the same as well, so nothing really more that we can say from that one. As we have got Hakon sticking on the bottom lane, maybe gonna try to do something, but it is the Lone Druid who is gonna be, I think he's gonna be just fine. He's actually gonna be brought a ring of Bacillus right now to help him out, and that's gonna be, yeah, also boots on the bear, shield on the bear. He's just fine. Or is he? Or is he? Here comes an Impale. Nice one. There's still Bear for reverse polarity actually used for that, and should be a kill unless the TPs are gonna come in time, which is the case. And tangle up on the Magnus, and ZXC comes to clean house. 1 down, 2 down, double kill gone away of ZXC as the cooldown only hits on the bear, but the bear doesn't care. None of that rhymes. It's not intentional, but it happens at moments like this. In the meantime, another encounter happened on the top lane. It was the lifestealer that actually went down there. Eclipse being used by Stalk, as it looked from the minimap point of view that it was actually Power Rangers that tried to go on that. That were the ones to initiate, or maybe they were the ones to save it, but it was a kill going away with eL'Pride, so at least they're not totally helpless just yet on kills. They get the carry there. But again, Lone Druid stays alive. I mean, he is just one of the harder heroes to pick off, and that's just being proven there on the bottom lane. We have got the tower denied on the top lane, though. It is still a tower to go down. So that's all. That's still okay-ish. Wow, Magnus this time actually get solo kill. Come on, Lone Druid should be able to stay alive without a reverse polarity, just with shockwaves and a skewer. He picks off the Lone Druid. Something that, in my opinion, should not have happened for the Lone Druid. He should have been safe, but apparently not going to be so. So nice kill, a nice good pickup. That was really important, a really important kill for eL'Pride, as they need to try to get those two under control. I mean, they have got this massive disable potential, and they have to show for it. They have to make the best out of it, as we have got Magnus with the haste rune. Is going to be trying to chase someone down. He doesn't have a reverse polarity, but it doesn't seem to care. He does have, of course, a skewer. Supports are going to be found. There's going to be a skewer to the low ground, but he doesn't pick up anybody with that, and that's going to be a grave 2 up on him. Meaning that cut was a lot faster there for a moment. On the side, Moon, Trouble, walks up the high ground, still getting chased by the hasted Lolik, who's gonna get an open wounds, but he doesn't care. That haste rune is still there. There's the rage. Lolik is gonna be slowed still in the moment, though. There he goes, reverse polarity off cooldown, 1 down. But I mean, that was slightly overkill also. He did get a kill out of that, and I have to say it probably was a worthy kill too. But you know, it was logical that he was gonna die. Brave that he tried to TP out afterwards. Very brave, but yeah. That's gonna be eL'Pride getting another kill on the board, but at the same time, they do lose, or they do gain the, they do lose their Magnus. There we go. I was gonna say Magnus for a lifestealer. Good trade for eL'Pride. Cooldown coming down as ZXC that goes down. Not able to blink out in time. I'm a bit surprising that he was that far out without a skewer there. Being punished for blinking in and trying to scream, most likely. But again, I mean, these kind of pickoffs, I'm not there with my camera at the exact time, because in theory they should not happen. They should not be there. It is mistakes for both the Lone Druid as Queen of Pain. on the side of Power Rangers. Or at least it feels that way. We do have the gold graph still in favor of Power Rangers. Not by that much though, but that's just about the tower. Kills are of course even for now, as we have got the experience graph in favor of eL'Pride. They picked up the later kills. And that's going to mean that they are getting more experience. More importantly, they have got 3 lanes being farmed, while for a while their Power Rangers was sitting in the mid lane with about 3 to 4 heroes. So they didn't farm the top lane, as we have got a smoke up for Queen of Pain, and she has got an infested lifestealer in her. So let's see if they can do something with that. Even though there's no Sonic Wave, the burst damage that's going to come out should be enough to kill off Stalk. Even though he's level 9, he's got himself a ring for Aquila. He's not doing that bad. Well, let's see if they can do the jump out, and there's gonna be no Eclipse. A slight lag there, and that's gonna be a kill. Nova. Hopefully you didn't have that spike that I had. Well, actually, if I had it, you had it regardless. So slight spike there, but that's okay. That's all is still fine in the game, as eL'Pride now 1 kill down, but they're gonna try to make that change because they have got Nyx and Bane roaming in, and the Fiend's Creep is up. So that's gonna be that one. Nyx Assassin still not level 6. So take a look at the items we have got. Of course, Massacre is gonna build towards a Shadow Blade. No real surprise. Pretty standard item up for him on his Gyrocopter. Nice front one hit and tackle up a Lolik, but he can't go in on that one. Too many towers close by, or at least the tower too close by. And that would have warranted a couple of teleports. As we also have Visage level 6 cut. Having his familiars ready to stun someone should it be needed, and it's gonna be needed because eL'Pride, yeah, they're gonna need to be shut down at some point, and it's basically the only real stun that they have, apart from Mana Leak and maybe Entangles. I can't count as a real stun, as I already said. Haste Rune up a Massacre as well. Let's take a look at some of the other items, as we still see Nyx not at level 6 just yet. Android standing around to see if Stalk is gonna get ganked. We already saw his items gonna be building towards drums, as Cat is just being very patient here on this bottom lane. Same thing goes for Lolik though. Like he said, like, okay, you know what? There's people missing from the map. Like a lot of people missing from the map. So we're gonna be safe. He is gonna be safe, but he is not gonna be safe for long because there is a Lifestealer and a Queen of Pain coming in together as one. As there they go. The Infest is not yet used. The Scourge is away and he TPs himself out rather than having people TPing in. They just gave up the tower like that. Even though the reverse polarity was there, it was just too risky. He couldn't stick around. Tower will go down. Gold goes to the lone druid. And I'm gonna put up the net worth because that's gonna be a bit more important right now, especially with that gold going towards this carry, and he is pulling ahead on the farm. And this is gonna be the easiest way to play a Lifestealer. Just sit inside the Queen of Pain and, you know, wait until it's time to press that one button. Until your teammate can actually land and blink properly. Oh, burn! Nah, it's just, you have to be careful with these things. You can't pretend you're invincible purely because that Lifestealer is sitting inside you. In the meantime, they are gonna find Massacre though. Open Boots is already used. Sonic Wave as well. Courier coming in, but it's... Oh, Shadow Blade! The Courier just brought in the Shadow Blade and he's gonna be able to stay alive with that. Oh my god! The plays! MVP goes to the Sepharic Grieful. At the same time though, Lone Druid, he got picked up. It was the Magnus that got the last hit. Not even a reverse polarity used for that, but he was just overextending by the looks of it. On the wrong side of the map for him. In the meantime, it's still Stalk that's farming. He is actually not farming that well, but he's not doing bad. We still have everybody of Power Rangers farming a bit more though. As in... now definitely, because we have got something in the curve, and that's the drums completed, so we can only look at the net worth after he gets his items back. In the meantime, with that Shadow Blade, we might see Massacre being a bit more aggressive. I mean, we have seen pickoffs, yes, and the teams have been aggressive, but if you look at eL'Pride's lineup, you would expect them to try and go for some 5-man Dota and just start pushing and go for it, but they haven't really been doing that all that much, and I'm quite surprised that they haven't. But maybe with the Shadow Blade, with the level 6 up on the Nyx, that might be the one that they want us to do. Lolik in the meantime still sitting on the bottom lane. He needs to be here though. Like, you might think like 5-man Dota, I guess, would be the way to go. Well, at least I do. But I have to admit, he needs to be here, because if he is not here, this guy's gonna free farm. And that's not something that you want to have happening. So if they're gonna go 5-man, they should try to do it on the lane where the Lone Druid is, as well as Android is gonna brain sap himself back to life. And sentry wards upon sentry wards right here. That's gonna be them countering. And both teams, I mean, we have got Power Rangers probably being pretty secure about leaving the lone druid to farm. Let's see if he gets an entangle. Shockwave gonna hit on Cat. He still has a Grave Chill, Soul Assumption though, and that's gonna be a kill. In the meantime, on the top lane is also gonna be a kill happening, or is it Stock? Gonna have a lot of trouble there. Oh, puts in a Nightmare, gets denied. Android is gonna give his life for that, but that's worth it. Nice job for him. Still a kill on the board for Power Rangers, but not the one that they wanted. Like, I was gonna say that Power Rangers is just happy at leaving the lone druid farm, so they're happy at having this game being fairly long in that sense. They're just, you know, they'll start fighting when this lone druid is ready. The same thing goes for eL'Pride. I mean, they feel like they have got the better team fight. They have got a better late game probably as well, with and the Gyrocopter and the Luna. So they feel like they're okay again as well. So no rush for anything apart from a buyback from the Luna now, interestingly enough. Maybe it was a misclick? Nah, he wants to go to the top lane to try and push that back. Get some farm up there. In the meantime, there is the only tower that still went down is one top and one bottom. Of course, the real difference there is one got denied and the other one didn't. Nice by Carapace. Impale hits on the lone druid. Lone druid actually leaving his lane. And he picked himself up a Minter Hammer, so might be going for a Maelstrom, and that is indeed the case. I love this build. And I've said it before. I mean, a lone druid with a Maelstrom basically says that he's gonna be aggressive a lot earlier than going for a Radiance and then going the whole late game shebang. But this is saying that he is almost ready to fight, so we're gonna see probably Power Rangers being a bit more aggressive now that they have that one. We have got the Magnet building towards Mechanism in the meantime. Let's see if we can find some other new items. I don't expect them to be found though. Luna not having that much effort, going down just now, and she of course has already got Tranquil Boots, Ring of Aquila, and the drums. In the meantime, it's gonna be ZXU. It's gonna be building towards a BKB. Pretty much needed because, I mean, even if you're gonna still get hit by that reverse polarity and by the Fiend's Grip, at least there won't be any magic damage going through, and that's a lot of the damage that would go through at the moment, especially if you think about that Eclipse from the Luna. So BKB is needed to just be able to stand on that Eclipse and being able to pick off the Luna before she picks up you. In the meantime, TP's on the top, that's the Eclipse, and that's gonna be her wanting to have the BKB ZXC going down. The TP out from the Lifestealer. I'm sorry for missing that kill, that was not my intention. In the meantime, Shockwave going through the top lane, his lone druid just by himself, trying to pick up that tower. In the meantime, on the mid lane, can they do something here? And it looks like they cannot. Blinding Light going through. And it's gonna be an Impale on the bottom lane. It's gonna be the lone druid that will drop, probably, most likely Vendetta being used, and that's gonna be the last one going to Hakon. And that's lone druid just sticking around, being greedy for that tower. And I mean, yes, he got that tower down, but it did get denied. So that's the second tower getting denied on the side of eL'Pride. That's big. As we have Moon being put in a Nightmare. Flag kinda still going through, and he rages himself out of there. Illuminate marking his exit. But that's the second tower denied. That's a lot of gold being well saved, I would say, for eL'Pride. We have the gold graph around 2k, which is really almost no difference whatsoever at this stage of the game. And that is considering there are actually 2 towers down more on the side of eL'Pride than there are on Power Rangers. And of course, experience graph is going to show a different story. eL'Pride has picked up the last couple of kills, so they are ahead in experience, and it's going to be going on like that. So if now Power Rangers gets the kill, that means that they will be in favor of the experience again. And it's just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't like that saying, but I used it anyway. We've got Lifestealer. He's picked up his armlet, so we'll be having that. So he looks to be going for a Sanj. Maybe going for a Heaven's Halberd to disarm one of the carries for eL'Pride. I mean, if you know that you're gonna have to take on a late game Gyrocopter or a late game Luna, You want to be able to stop them from attacking, and Heaven's Helper would be a good one. Sanji and Yasha also a good one for Lifestealer though. It's been a while since we've seen a Sanji and Yasha up on a Lifestealer though. It's mostly been, or lately been, the Desolator of course. It is against ZXC who has got herself a Lifestealer infested. Let's see if she can do something. Illuminate gonna fly through. It is Power Rangers that are looking for a fight. And they find themselves Hakon, who lands a nice impale. Golan coming down now as well. There's Hakon that still drops. Golan gonna hit up on 2-3 targets. Massacre using his Shadow Blade. We have Lolik looking for that reverse polarity. Can't find it because he finds himself a Skewer as well as an Entangle. Eclipse being used, but to no avail. Nobody really dropping low on Power Ranger just yet. Another impale going through. And Hakon, is he gonna go down again? It looks like he is. Reverse polarity hits up on 2-1 down. And it's Queen of Pain that still drops on the side as we see Moon fighting for his life. Won't be able to do that and will be dropping as well. Buyback from ZXC. TP'd himself back in, blinks himself forward with the Scream, gets himself 1 kill. Now has to back out again. Lolik also buying back. He doesn't have the reverse polarity but might still be able to do something here as we have got the homing missile. Gonna go for the Queen of Pain, but she should be able to just kill it off instead, or not, or it's just only level 1 and she doesn't get the damage done as we have got the mechanism being used by the Keeper of Light. Blinding Light is not gonna be there anymore, and that's gonna be him going down to 11 for 11. One kill in favor of eL'Pride, but buybacks on both teams. And the buybacks continue to happen. The Keeper of Light buys back as well and TP's back in. They know that there is no reverse polarity, and that's the massive shutdown that they have to worry about most. But that flak cannon is going to force them back regardless. More TPs are going to come in, but eL'Pride is going to just go back and going to be safe, or at least should be safe, depending on how aggressive this chase is going to be for Power Rangers. But it looks like they're going to be, indeed, not being able to catch up with someone. And that was a buyback, of course, from Hakon. It was a buyback from the Keeper of the Light. Buyback on the Queen of Pain and a buyback on the Magnus. So 2 for 2 is the buyback score, one would say. And that is for 24 minutes in. Oh, that's an infest, but he doesn't find any opponent actually. And for 22 minutes in, that's something that you don't normally see. 24 rather. I mean, a buyback on a support in general. It's pretty unique. Apart from when you're late in the game. BKB is up on Massacre, by the way, so he has that. He hasn't died yet. 2 for 0 for 2. His involvement rate is actually not that high, considering there's 11 kills and he's only been in 4 of them. Infest goes out, they find themselves Hakon, he already goes down. There's a reverse polarity, and it hits up on 3 and a bear. 1 goes down, it is actually Lone Druid, and Visage that gets picked up. Can they find more? The ZXC on the way out blinks himself and TPs himself out, so they have to go for the Keeper of Light, who uses his Tranquil Boots to try and stay alive at this with Massacre. He's chasing him down, should be able to get him still, but is gonna turn around. Blinding Light would have otherwise made sure that he couldn't chase that. We got Moon in the meantime, has got indeed his Sanj complete. And just trying to get his farm up. I mean, he is not having an easy time on the top lane there. And he's already died 3 times. So out of the 13 kills that eL'Pride has, 3 of them are upon Moon. And, I mean, he needs that farm. If he is going to be able to live through a Fiend's Grip and reverse polarity, and a homing missile, and an impale, then he's gonna need a lot to survive through that and then still kill off his opponents. But he's gonna be harassed here a lot. He's gonna be up against Hakon right now, and there's gonna be more people coming in. They would be walking through a ward though if they continue going, and they're actually not gonna continue. Regen Rune gets left alone for now, even though Lolik, there he goes. He has an empty bottle, so it will be put to good use for sure. Mechanism indeed up. Let's see if we can find a mechanism up on the team of eL'Pride. I do believe they had one. Yes, they did. They had one up on Lolik. So mechanism for both teams. Roshan's got to be checked out by the bear, but nobody's there. BKB actually up on a Luna. This is interesting. She picked herself up an extra Ogre Club. If that was by accident or on purpose, we'll find out depending on what she goes on to next. Maybe also Sanji and Yasha for her, or Heaven's Helper, actually not that bad. Yeah. Up against Heaven's Helper for of course the Lifestealer or the Queen of Pain. But we'll see, we'll see. Blink Dagger up on Lolik though. I mean, he's had some good reverse polarities. But these are gonna be better with the Blink Dagger right now. And they are all four together. They might be smoking up here. They do have one in their inventory, but they would probably want to wait for Massacre. He's on his way. And you already see the drawings on the minimap about where they are actually gonna go. And with everybody missing on the map, we do see everybody on the side of Power Rangers being a bit more careful. At least that's what they should be doing. This is not being extra careful. And that's gonna be bait, stock, with an Empower. Empower is gonna run out soon though. But Cat already standing at the ready. Hakon coming in with the Vendetta. Impale hits. Here comes the familiars though. There goes the stun. Hits up on 2. Skewer gonna hit only up on Cat. Cat will drop before the fight starts. In the meantime, an Eclipse hits up on 2. The bear and his master, and that's gonna clean him out. 2 kills going the way of eL'Pride. Rage to try and get away, but there's the Fiend's grab from Android. No escape from the Lifestealer. Is there enough damage to kill him off though? An Impale so hits, but not that much damage. Now the damage comes, and it's actually Luna that goes down. Moon wants to go for more, needs to eat himself to life, but the reverse polarity will stop him from doing just that. And it will be ZXC as well as Nikki getting away from that one. Spike Carapace still trying to do something, but it didn't actually range him. Homo Missile is gonna get denied, especially with a double damage rune of the Queen of Pain. Didn't even need to attack him. Tower's doing the work for her. But eL'Pride, with the kills that they got, they managed to get themselves a tier 2. Second tier 2 in the game. First one up on Power Rangers though. Towers are even once more. With the gold graph, not even. It's eL'Pride that's pulling ahead. Slightly, but they are 3 kills ahead. This game is still very much even. Well, I have to say it's a lot more even than I expected it to be, considering there's no real hard stuns upon Power Rangers. But it is eL'Pride that, well, their team fight is there definitely, but they just can't find it properly. And that's also Power Rangers, of course, doing a good job at avoiding those particular team fights. They have been picking up a lot of heroes. But yeah, keeping the score even that way. But as soon as there's gonna be a siege on the tier 3, I mean, those reverse polarities are gonna make or break the game. No pressure, Lolik. No pressure at all. We've got a 4-star build up by the Visage Cat, building that one. It's been in 4 kills out of the 13. So we do still have the Gyrocopter, the only hero in the game that hasn't died yet. And he is building something. Like, this time I'm gonna say MKB. Because normally I say that he's having a potential of building up a rapier, and then he doesn't, and he actually builds up an MKB. And Lone Druid picks up the Aegis. And that's actually no, Power Rangers picking up the Roshan. Skewer back though, that's as well, yeah, that's a Moon as well as a Lone Druid. There's a Fiend's Grip. Sonic Wave over the top of Android, so he has to back off. Reverse polarity, not yet used. Was an attempt to, but he stopped it in time. Bane going down on the sideline as we see Cat getting chased down. Impale gonna hit up on the bear and on Moon. Cooldown coming down as there's the reverse polarity. And that's gonna be Cat going down, ZXC going down, Aegis dropping on the floor as well. And it should be Lone Druid going down as well. The damage is insane, and that is gonna be 2 heroes left alive on the side of Power Rangers with a triple kill going to Massacre. And that's gonna be the reverse polarity he was hoping for. And now I can't remember what I said before that fight started. Damn it. Nope, I'm thinking about it. My brain is just not working well today. It's stupid. Was I saying something about Gar? Oh yeah, I remember. Gyrocopter. So normally I say that he's gonna go for a rapier, but now I'm gonna say that he's gonna go for an MKB. Since every time I said he was gonna go for a rapier, he actually went for an MKB, and every time he went for an MKB, he actually went for a rapier. So, you know, that. He can actually buy a rapier if he wants to. He could also buy an MKB if he wants to be fair. But let's see where that career is gonna head on to. I mean, they don't have an Aegis, and that might be a deal breaker for Massacre. Like, having an Aegis is maybe mandatory to get in that rapier. But he hasn't died yet, so I don't think he's gonna be all too worried about that. And I mean, he has an escape mechanism with the Shadow Blade and with the Flak Cannon, just with the rapier. I mean, it is so much damage, and might be enough to take the game. But so far, he's not buying anything just yet. Nothing yet. BKB indeed complete up on ZXC. Let's see. We have got Keeper of Light with the mech, and now also Ghost Scepter. And the Lone Druid's Bear building towards that Assault Cuirass. Should be almost done. You would expect it to be almost done, but that is not the case. MKB. Okay. My logic did not work, I'm sorry. I would have liked it to work though. I mean, the time that I did say MKB and he went, and he, nah, not he, but Garracopter went Rapier. Okay, I have to admit, it was a bit of an anticlimax because as soon as that guy gets a Rapier, it's like, you know, fun's over, game's over. So maybe this is better. I'm gonna assume this is better. It's gonna be more fun. Isn't this fun? Tower's going down, and on two sides. Tier 2 tower top goes down as well. It was Moon that was still pushing there by himself. He's gonna have to TP back soon though if eL'Pride is gonna stick around. And they do have everything up, including the reverse polarity and the Fiend's Grip and the Vendetta. There's also a Sentry Ward up here for Power Rangers, so they're not gonna get surprised. And it's actually eL'Pride that backs off. Maybe they can find Moon inside that jungle. Oh, maybe they can indeed. Maybe they can indeed, and they can. And they can. Fiend's Grip! Fiend's Grip! And a Shockwave, and a kill, and a Skewer. Boom, you're dead. And Lolly gets the kill. Here's gold. And I mean, that was just a solid play from them. They realized someone was still... Who had a Ghost Scepter up on the floor? But yeah, they realized there was so Lifestealer missing, and he didn't got TP back, so he had to still be somewhere top, and he lets himself get picked off. And that's gonna be eL'Pride finding an opening to take down the last tier 2 tower, still standing on the side of Power Rangers. This should be going down. In the meantime though, it looks like Power Rangers themselves want to try to at least trade this. And with those familiars, those first 7 stacks of their attacks is going to be quite a lot of damage going through, and that should be a tower. I mean, it's just familiars and Queen of Pain though, like the real Visage is sitting here. Queen of Pain can of course TP himself out of that place, which he's probably gonna do soon as Massacre actually comes in. Nice, gets a deny. That's a 3rd deny on the tower, by the way. 3rd deny on the tower on eL'Pride side, and I have to emphasize again, that's a lot of gold that you take away from your opponent team. So even if towers are even right now, which they are, you are far from even on the tower gold. Lucent Beam gonna hit as well as an Impale, not gonna hit. There's actually Skewer misses as well, and that's gonna be them not being able to catching out Moon this time. Being a bit too greedy with still wanting to have the Vendetta hit. If you just go for a stun straight away, it would of course be locked in position. And they would have had a Fiend's Grip again, so the Vendetta wasn't really needed, I believe. In the meantime, ZXC gonna get a homing missile on their face. Flak Cannon gonna go through. This guy is farming like a maniac. Sorry for not having the net worth up anymore after the last time I switched. It is insane how much farm he has. He has got 7k more than the Lone Druid. And Lone Druid, I mean, he definitely did not have he didn't have a hard time on the top lane. I mean, who we're kidding? He was solo up against the Magnus, so he should have been okay. But he has died 6 times. And that is hurting him quite a bit right now. His Assault Cuirass is ready, so that is something. He's looking for an entangle up on Lollic, won't be able to find it. But can this Lone Druid fight against a lineup from eL'Pride? Well, he can fight, but can he actually win is the question. He definitely needs his help from his other carries. And this kind of pick up a blink in with an infest. Come on. Can he go something? Gem of True Sight picked up. Nice. Sentry still being placed just in case there's of course a Hikon that walks through. They've got Magnus going for a refresh orb, most likely. Picked up his Perseverance already, so we'll probably see that from him. Butterfly now up on stock, so he is also getting pretty damn farmed. The gold difference is just starting to get insane. I mean, 10k difference is not even, I mean, okay, it's a lot, but it's not even that much. But if you look at how the gold is spread, it is it's quite interesting to see. And actually, this Luna, she sold her other Ogre Club. So that's gonna be her indeed making a mistake of buying 2 Ogre Clubs rather than 1. Well, delaying your own BKB. It's gonna be like next level. It's gonna be next level indeed. An experience graph, of course. I mean, it shows the same thing. eL'Pride has got the last couple of kills. They're going towards the 20k experience in favor of them, as they might just be waiting for the Roshan to be up again before they're gonna try to push into the tier 3s. I mean, if it's one thing that's hard, it's pushing into tier 3 towers. And if you're then gonna be up against a Coddle, and I mean a Lone Druid's Bear, it's not easy. It is definitely not easy, as we have a Satanic up on the Gyrocopter. He is so farmed. I mean, there's 3 heroes really farmed up on the side of eL'Pride, with one, like, you know, topping the charts, which is Massacre. There's also 3 heroes being farmed up on Power Rangers, but the farm difference is just still there. I mean, 2 of them are not as farmed as the 3rd highest of eL'Pride, like Magnus compared to the Lifestealer and the Queen of Pain. And that says something. If your solo offlane hero is more farmed than the solo mid and the aggressive trial lane carry of your opposing team. Smoke up for Power Rangers, as you can see. And they're looking for an engagement. They're maybe looking for a kill up on Massacre, but they won't find that because he's already TP'd out, and Lolek is gonna be just fine as well. So no kill for Power Ranger just yet. And they're gonna just send Lone Druid to defend the lane, or at least to push the lane back. And eL'Pride just avoiding fights for now. Just avoiding the fights. And may I just remind you that after this match, we're gonna have ourselves a match between Na'Vi and Empire, followed by TCM taking on 4FC. And then the last match of the day for StarLadder Star Series Season 5 is gonna be Power Rangers once again taking on Absolute Legends. We have 4 games of StarLadder today, and this is only game number 1, and I have to say, we have seen some more active games lately. Roshan gonna be taken down. Let's see if Power Rangers can force the issue by making them TP back towards the tier 3. They should know that Roshan is up, because they were the ones that actually took the previous one, I believe. Yeah, they did. But are they actually gonna be in time? Doesn't look like it. Nope. They are not. It's gonna be the Aegis going the way of Sock, so you'll have that one. No cheese just yet. It was only the 2nd Aegis. And Android just helped out the entire game, as it also is opposing team, by typing in the time when Roshan went down in all chat. It's always nice to see. I mean, we know that every team does that, yes, but it's still funny if that happens. I mean, if you're Power Rangers right now, you probably did it for yourself as well. But even if you didn't by accident, like, you know, you're gonna have the times. It's still so. Link away. ZXC should be safe. Should be safe, I say. Should be safe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it is. Moon. You have a TP scroll, you know that, right? Okay. He indeed picked up a Heaven's Helper, by the way, as we saw a moment ago that I already skimmed through him. 20 or 2k gold upon the Nyx Assassin. See if the bear got some new items. No new items up on him. His gold level is actually decent though. He's got 3600 gold. I mean, buybacks are gonna be really important for the next encounter. And with the Aegis, of course, in the hands of eL'Pride. Wait, why my camera? There is my camera. With the Aegis going the way of eL'Pride, they probably want to try to force out a fight right now. Use that Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tower's gonna be goal number 1. TPs are gonna come in from Power Rangers. Illuminate's gonna continuously fly through, but there is already one tower down. And these bouncing blades are not gonna make it any easier for Power Rangers to defend their racks. Nice entangle, but that bear is taking a lot of damage at the cost of that one. More Illuminates, as they can. Spike Carapace doing some extra damage upon the Keeper of the Light. Flat Cannon is gonna just... I mean, Flat Cannon is so annoying. If you have and a Flat Cannon and Bouncing Blades, there is so little you can do with fighting a team fight. Unless you have got some like team fight potential that your opponent does not have. And in this case, that's not the case. Because if they fight, they're not only fighting on half HP, they're still having to deal with that reverse polarity. Skewer. No reverse, reverse polarity, and he gets 2. 1 goes down. Moon also goes down with a Fiend's Grip being used on him as well, as the Queen of Pain dropped as well, and the GG while plate goes out. That was a very anticlimactic fight. Or at least it was a very short fight. But eL'Pride just showing their dominance in the lineup. I have to say that is mostly what it was. Just the lineup from eL'Pride with the team fight potential. Nice Sonic Wave still. With the team fight. From eL'Pride, with the shutdown, the amount of disable that they had, the Power Rangers didn't have. And eL'Pride just pulling ahead. We're gonna see the end screen real soon. And then we're gonna see Na'Vi taking on Empire. Stick around for that one, as I actually probably not gonna be showing the end screen as we already passed time. Let's see how fast they are gonna be with this. I'm gonna just do my I'm gonna just wait for the end screen still. Wanna support me? Then subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/SheeverGaming, and SheeverGaming on all the other websites as well. Let's jump ourselves into the other lineup, into the other game. If you want to see the end screen, pause the stream for a moment because we're not gonna waste any time because I don't want to miss anything. There we go.